MTN News. Could part of Metra Park be turned into a detention facility?
I've received responses from the congressional delegation that said, yes, we've received your letter and we will pass it on.
An offer by Yellowstone County commissioners has a lot of people talking, also shining a light on domestic abuse.
He threatened me every way you could imagine, and I shouldn't even be sitting here. I should not even be alive.
A Billings photographer steps in front of the camera to tell her story and the keys to success. A Billings senior grad comes home to headline with the Billings Symphony. The MTN News starts right now.
From Montana's news leader, this is the MTN 530 News.
Well, good evening. I'm Russ Riesinger. Thanks for joining us on this Friday, a little later than we're normally on. We begin with a follow-up to a story we first told you about last night that has a lot of people talking. The Yellowstone County Commissioner is offering the use of Metra Park to detain illegal immigrants who might be caught in the region as President Trump orders more deportations. Our David J. has more with the commissioner who came up with that idea and what others are saying about it.
Commissioner Moore says if this were to happen, it would be at the Montana Pavilion, the Expo Center, or one of the other smaller buildings. A lot of unknowns at this point, and questions won't be answered until the federal government says that it wants to make use of the facilities here at Metra Park.
It's me basically saying, hey, if you need help, we have a facility that might work.
Yellowstone County Commissioner Mark Morse's offer comes after President Trump declared a national emergency at the southern border on his first day in office for those who have entered the country illegally, including those involved in cartels, criminal gangs, and human trafficking.
Unfortunately, some of those people are here in Montana, in Yellowstone County, on our surrounding Native American Indian reservations.
Morse wrote to Montana's congressional delegation stating the commission would consider offering Metra Park for detaining illegal immigrants. Congressman Ryan Zinke immediately posted the letter on his X account on Thursday. He stated, "I applaud Yellowstone County commissioners for the creative solution to help with the effort." But details are sparse whether Metra's campus could even be converted. Metra Park GM Stoney Field said to direct all questions to Morse. Mayor Bill Cole said he did not know much about the proposal and that the city had no involvement. Sheriff Mike Linder said he had just found out about it himself and could not comment. Many residents, meanwhile, reacted negatively on social media, and some were at Metra Park Friday afternoon.
If they don't separate them and all that kind of thing, I think there's a good chance that there's going to be some issues.
Policy changes in this regard are going to be large scale, but to throw the costs on the localities is wrong.
And some citizens say they appreciate Morse's letter and the president's declaration.
They might not all be violent criminals, but they are all criminals because they've crossed the border illegally, and there's other ways to go about that.
It's not politically motivated. It's about making Yellowstone County a great place to live again.
Again, Morse told MTN if the federal government asked Yellowstone County to make Metra ready, he would then pass it on to the rest of the commissioners for discussion. In Billings, David J., MTN News.
A sad day for one Billings nonprofit that has been supporting kids in Yellowstone County for a half century. Big Brothers Big Sisters announced it has closed operations effective immediately due to growing financial challenges. The nonprofit, which has provided thousands of mentoring matches over the years, says it has struggled to meet operating costs as opportunities for government and private grants have diminished and fundraising activities have not kept pace. Well, if you've been through Laurel lately, you may have noticed quite a few new small businesses are there. Tonight, Matt Carmack is taking a look at the reasons for the revival.
In the last 10 years, the town of Laurel has seen a cultural shift in terms of businesses. As larger corporations like Hardee's are moving out, smaller locally owned businesses are moving in.
We try and, support each other the best we can.
The people of Laurel love their town.
When there's a need, everybody jumps in and helps.
Whether they've lived there their whole life,
and the people that are local, they're always so supportive.
Or are just passing through.
We're really happy that we had landed in a home in this town.
About 80% of my customers are not Laurel residents. They're from Columbus, Park City, Joliet, Billings. the hotel across the parking lot.
Shauna Hopper's Carlton Depot is one of the town's newest successes.
We are growing. We might open a couple doors and then one might close. It's kind of a 2 steps forward, 1 step back.
Chamber of Commerce Chair Amy Mullaney is happy with the direction, but along with growth comes problems as well.
We live in a time where it's about convenience. You know, I think if I had a drive-through, I could probably double my business.
The timing that it takes for supplies sometimes to get here, or when we do get shorted, it's not good.
Cracked egg owner Janelle Allison, who moved here recently from Washington State, says she knows bigger companies can mean jobs and benefits, but appreciates Laurel's makeup.
We really want to make Laurel kind of that small town feel, but also have lots of opportunity for the families and anyone who lives here as well.
Owners say they try to appeal to their audience of travelers and natives by sourcing locally, which many chains can't do. Hopper uses Montana beef and ale on her menu, or Heidi Schmidt with Heidi's Coffee Cabin uses Billings coffee beans.
Me being a small business owner, I always try to think, who else can I support that's small, and trying to get their name out there.
It's just a really nice, vibrant business district.
In Laurel, Matt Carmack, MTN News.
Well, the weekend is here. Let's get a first look at what the weather will bring from meteorologist Jason Stiff. Jason?
And that colder air pushing over Montana and Wyoming, some decent amounts of snow, especially between Bozeman Pass, Livingston, all the way toward Big Timber and Reed Point. So along that stretch of I-90 from Livingston to Big Timber, Reed Point too, there's going to be some snow-packed and icy roads. Nothing closed, but make sure you take it slow and easy and get to your destination safely. We're going to have a lot more cold air pushing overhead, so that snow not going anywhere just yet, but there are changes later in the forecast. Also some more light snow showers moving over northeastern Montana, mainly over Wolf Point and Glasgow, getting closer to the eastern part of Fort Peck. Not much precipitation for the Billings area today. Had a couple snow squalls that moved through, but it didn't last very long, didn't amount to very much. Had a low of 26 thus far, and the high today was 33 degrees. So that was just after 1 a.m., but now with the clouds starting to depart, the temperature's already dropping below 26 degrees, so a colder night ahead. Our 7-day forecast for the last week of January coming up.
For Robin Morgan, pursuing light has been a passion that's defined her entire life. Well, today the photographer has her own successful studio. Life wasn't always so picture perfect. Morgan is among the 24% of women who's experienced violence at the hands of an intimate partner. Today she steps in front of the camera to share her story with MTN's Marcus Kakova.
Everybody has their own thoughts and ideas in front of the camera.
Sometimes my clothes don't look right. Trying not to blink while the lights flash. I'm very face.
But behind the camera.
All right, ready? Doing school pictures today.
Robin Morgan meets those ideas with 4 decades of experience. From an age as early as those she's taking pictures of today.
I have pictures of my friends from kindergarten and first grade. Taking a picture is writing a story.
Though mesmerized by the stories of others, her own is one of survival.
I was a very feral child. Was mad at the world, mad at my mom and mad at my dad. I went to California to just experience life and fell in with some bad people.
One of those people, the person who promised to care for her most.
Love is not getting kidney punched or tossed across your room or called names I can't say. I left 6, 7, 8 times, and he found me and found me and found me, and finally, ultimately, he kidnapped me, and that's what the book is about.
Robin's account as a survivor of domestic violence is at the heart of her book, The Silver Charm, a namesake after a seemingly small act of kindness from a stranger.
He said, I know it was your birthday, so, here you go. I didn't have anybody but my abuser, and so it meant a lot to me.
Though she was alone, she says there was always one thing by her side, constantly pulling her out of the dark.
Photography it saved my life in that way. I don't know where I'd be without this. Yeah, it's hard, but it's hard in a different way. I don't go to bed crying every night.
Now she shares her story to remind others, especially the 12 million people suffering behind closed doors, that you are worth saving.
I just see beautiful people being abused, and it breaks my heart. It does get better. You can do it on your own.
Marcus Kakova, MTN News.